UFC Noche is this Saturday. Diego Lopes is taking on the evil Alexander Volkanovski, aka Gene Silva. That fight is going to be an absolute banger. The rest of the card is terrible. Yes, I will be watching. Yes, you will be watching. Dana White can give us any fighters on planet Earth. He can pull two people from anywhere, put them in the octagon on a Saturday night. I'm going to watch. I'm going to bet it. So let's break down the fight, starting with the main card opener. Before we get into this, take a minute, subscribe, like, show some love for the channel. We're trying to grow this thing. Let's go. We have Santiago Luna taking on Quang Bang Lee. Santiago is making his debut here. He's coming off a round 1 KO victory. Quang Lee is coming off a submission win in round 2 versus Gaston Bolanos. This is another very interesting fight. Debut guy taking on Quang Bang Lee. We'll start with Quang. He's a good striker, comes forward, and he works the body super well. He's got decent grappling, like he's not lost when the fight goes down to the mat, but he prefers to strike. On the other side, Luna. So Luna obviously making his debut. He has Olympic caliber wrestling, and he's got a ton of power. When this dude hits you, your lights go out. It's one of those, he catches you with something, your legs go limp, you fall over. And he's one of those guys who will eat punches to throw punches. He's going to eat a few so he can get his own off. He's got that wrestling. It comes with very solid takedowns. And he's got some nasty ground and pound. I really like Quang Bang Lee, like in my heart. I've always been a Quang Bang Lee fan. Maybe because his nickname is Bang and his name's Quang. I don't know. I can't tell you. But I like Luna as a prospect a lot. I think he can become something big in the sport in due time. So it hurts me to pick against Quang Bang Lee, but give me Luna. It's probably a decision. I will say this now about this UFC Noche card. We could get a lot of decisions across the board, especially this main card. This one, I could see Luna getting a finish, but Quang's tough. So I don't know how exactly it's going to go, but give me Luna. Slight favorite. Shout out to Quang Bang Lee. If he wins, I will be happy. I'm just going to say it because I like saying his name. Quang Bang Lee loses probably by decision. Next up, we have Kevin Gastelum taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. I just got bored saying Kevin Gastelum's name. But Kevin Gastelum's coming off a decision loss to Joey Pfeiffer where he actually didn't look terrible. He had moments in that fight. Dustin Stoltzfus is coming off a decision loss to Ruziboyev. These are two fighters that are kind of in the same crossroads. One of them needs to lose so we can get them out of the sport. Get them out of the sport. I was holding this thing for anybody wondering. It's a brush. My issue with Kevin Gastelum, he's tough, obviously. He's got a very good chin, but he looks like he doesn't care. He still has some skill. He showed against Joe Pfeiffer. He's not just done and on his way out necessarily. The biggest key for Kevin Gastelum here, his biggest strength in this fight, he has very good takedown defense when he's in space. So Dustin Stoltzfus, he wants to get that takedown, and I don't think when they're at range and at space, he's going to be able to. It's going to come down to whether or not Dustin can get him against the cage, because that's where you can take Kevin Gastelum down. Dustin, he's 2-3 in his last 5. He's got decent striking. His problem has always been striking defense. His hands are low. That's kind of always been his thing. Obviously a good grappler. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about these two old folk. One of them needs to lose so we can move on. I hate seeing Gastelum as a big favorite here. That's disgusting. Kevin Gastelum is going to come through with the flying knee bar of doom. Flying knee bar. Flying arm bar. He's going to jump on top of the cage, power bomb Dustin Stoltzfus into the shadow realm. Something super crazy and exciting in typical Kevin Gastelum fashion. Give me Kevin Gastelum probably by decision. The goal during this fight is to stay awake. Make sure you don't fall asleep. Next up, we have Rafa Garcia taking on Jared Gordon. Initial reaction, Jared Gordon is almost never a massive favorite, and he is in this fight, so that's horrifying. If you've watched Jared Gordon fight, you know something dumb is going to happen during the fight or after the fight, whether it's the judges screwing him over, or he gets kneed in the face while he's on the ground, or he takes 36 eye pokes. Something's going to happen to Jared Gordon, so that's concerning, seeing him as that big of a favorite. But Jared Gordon, he's got a nice lead hook. Recently, he's shown that he has power all of a sudden, which that wasn't really a thing for a long time. Again, his biggest concern is something going wrong. He has 2 known contests in his, last 5 fights. On the Rafa Garcia side, very durable. That's kind of his thing. He's got the Mexican chin, as they say. He's going to get hit in the face 1,000 times. He's not going to go down. His head is made of concrete. He works the body well. He's got pretty good grappling. He'll take you down repeatedly. That's kind of what he wants to do. But that typically leads to him slowing down later in the fight. One thing about Jared Gordon, that's not going to happen. So I see that as like the mesh point of this fight is Garcia's probably going to win round 1. And then round 2 and 3, Jared Gordon's going to take over and gain control of the fight. Skill-wise, Jared Gordon is a better fighter. That seems pretty clear to me. But again, weird stuff happens. And in a fight where I think it's going to go to decision and Jared Gordon's probably going to lose the first round, it's horrifying to pick Jared Gordon. But Jared Gordon, I'm going to pick him. I think he's going to take over this fight in the later rounds, and the judges are going to do him right. The judges owe Jared Gordon a win at this point. Give him a couple, man. Jared Gordon deserves it. Give me Jared. Next up in the co-main event, we have Rob Font taking on David Martinez in a short notice bout. Rob Font, he's coming off a win against Gene Matsumoto by split decision. And David Martinez, who again is getting a very big jump up in competition, he's coming off a first round KO. This is another close fight, and I think people are kind of going to overlook it and say, hey, I've never heard of David Martinez. Rob Font, he's been around. He's fought the best guys, so give me Rob Font. This is closer than it may seem. We'll start with Rob Font. He was supposed to fight Raul Rosas Jr., and I think he was going to dominate Raul Rosas. That made no sense to me. His biggest advantage in this fight is the fact that he's fought better comp. He's been around. He's fought some of the best guys in the division, and he's shown that he kind of belongs. Now, Rob Font, he's got that traditional boxing style, which I think it's going to be interesting in this fight to see how the exchanges go. But Rob Font's going to want to get tight, get in his face. The question is going to be whether or not he can do that. For David Martinez has like that sit outside and kick you 1,000 times. He literally wants to kick you 148 times per fight. He's moving the entire fight, which I think can present problems for somebody like Rob Font, who wants those boxing exchanges. I'm also going to add in this random tidbit that doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure David Martinez is a doctor outside of the UFC. I could be dead wrong. If he is, I like the brain knowledge. Most fighters don't have the brain knowledge. That's very well known. If you're capable of being a doctor, I trust you a little more. Simple as that. There's no debating that. Alongside that doctor thing and being smart, the blueprint on how to beat Rob Font is out there. He's had a bunch of fights. If you look at certain fights, like David Martinez, he wants to sit outside and kick you, but he shoots takedowns. He'll mix up the change of pace. He'll take you down. And if he watches fights of Rob Font, like the Corey Sandhagen fight, there's a clear blueprint on how to take Rob Font down. You just got to get on top of him, and he doesn't know how to get up. It's as simple as that. This is a very close fight. I'm going to take another underdog here in David Martinez. I think he's going to know the blueprint to beat Rob Font. He's going to pick at him outside. He's going to avoid those boxing exchanges, and he's going to beat Rob Font. Give me David Martinez. Last but not least, we have the main event. Gene Silva taking on Diego Lopes. This is a banger, first and foremost. I'm going to go ahead and address the fighting nerds thing here early. If you've seen, I posted a short earlier in the week saying I'm a little bit worried about Gene Silva. The fighting nerds, they could be frauds. Was that an overreaction? Probably. And I think that may go for the entire, the public as a whole. Let's get into this first. Gene Silva is coming off a submission win against Bryce Mitchell. Going from Bryce Mitchell to Diego Lopes is insane. I want everybody to know that. This is a massive jump up in competition. Diego Lopes obviously coming off the loss to Alexander Volkanovski, where he kind of got schooled. People are seeing it different ways. The way I see it, he got outstruck by an older Volkanovski who's not in his prime. I don't love the look of it. After watching UFC Paris, I think the public as a whole was kind of out on the fighting nerds. I questioned it myself, so I'm including myself. Immediately, I was like, Hoofy just got dominated. I don't know if I can trust Gene Silva against Diego Lopes. So what we all need to do before we really break this down is remove those fights from our brain. This is Gene Silva. It's not Caio Borralho. Caio Boring Borralho, that's his nickname. And Mauricio, I Can't Grapple Hoofy. It's not those guys. Gene Silva is legit. He's shown us he's legit. Gene Silva, he's one of those guys who wants to play with his opponent. He wants to get in your head. He wants to laugh. Haha. High five. He's barking. Anybody who's barking in life has a couple screws loose. And that kind of sums up Gene Silva. Now, Diego Lopes, this is going to be... Bryce Mitchell tried to make it to where it didn't bother him, but you could tell it. Throughout the whole thing, it started to bother Bryce Mitchell. Diego Lopes is not going to be bothered by barking. That's not going to happen. He's going to sit there, be calm and composed. That's how he is. Gene Silva, he's got crazy power. This dude hits hard. He hits hard. He's light on his feet. He's in and out, quick. He keeps his hands low, which at some point that could come to bite him. The biggest question mark with Gene Silva is we haven't seen him in an extended grappling exchange. He's been taken down before. He's gotten up quick. He had the sub against Bryce Mitchell. He's shown glimpses, but we haven't seen that extended exchange. And Diego Lopes, obviously, he can take advantage of that grappling. This is by far the best grappler Gene Silva will have fought. And Diego Lopes, he kind of fights like a madman. And obviously, we know he's a very solid grappler, and he's a fast starter. That aspect of him coming out, he could come out of this fight right at the beginning, get in Gene Silva's face, and that could throw Gene Silva off. We don't really know because we haven't seen it. My concern for Diego Lopes is the fact that Gene Silva punches people hard. He punches people hard. Diego Lopes gets hit in all of his fights. That's kind of how he is. He'll get hit. He wants to be in there and scrap and brawl. I don't know if you can do that with Gene Silva. If that's how he tries to fight, he's going to get slept. Mark my words, he will get slept. Now, if he shoots for a takedown, he lands it. I don't know what Gene Silva's going to do on the ground. I don't know. From all the fighting nerds, Gene Silva has the best body, compact. He's got the best build to fight off grappling. So I think he's going to be able to do it. I'm a little worried. Gene Silva should not be this big of a favorite at all. That makes no sense. I'm just going to be honest. I can't ignore the fact that Gene Silva's looked kind of unbeatable. It's almost like not Ilia Topuria, but the same feeling is kind of how you were getting with Gene Silva is like, this dude's going to spark him out cold bad. And then he went and subbed Bryce Mitchell. That's kind of how it's been. This is a very close fight. Give me Gene Silva. I think he probably gets a KO here. I'm praying he knows how to fight off grappling. I was sick to my stomach watching Mauricio Huffy, Hoofy, Roofy, whatever his name is. I was disgusted. And if Gene Silva loses this fight, the fighting nerds are over. I don't want to hear it from anybody. The fate of the fighting nerds is on Gene Silva's back against Diego Lopes, Saturday night, UFC Noche. Like, comment, subscribe if you've enjoyed the video, man. Let's grow this thing.